There's no question that heavy alcohol use is dangerous. In fact, it's been indicated to be an underlying cause of more than 30 conditions and a contributing factor to many more. And we mustn't forget how one's use of it can harm others too. On the other hand, you might have heard that in small doses, alcohol can actually be beneficial for your health through its effect on the cardiovascular system, as one example. Indeed, some research papers have shown this in the past, but more recent studies indicate that this may not be true. A 2022 study investigating whether regular drinking of small doses of alcohol is good for you, for instance, concluded that special emphasis should be placed on educating the public about the harmfulness of any amount of alcohol. Anyway, we thought we'd address some popular topics surrounding small doses of alcohol being discussed online these days. Of how there's actually alcohol present in drinks you wouldn't think there is, why you're not informed about it, and if the associated levels are enough to get you drunk. But first, as always, please take note of our disclaimer. First off, you're probably wondering why you're only hearing that certain drinks that you purchase that shouldn't contain alcohol do. Shouldn't manufacturers be legally obliged to inform you? Well, that's true, they are, but only at a certain point. As long as the amount within one falls below 0.5% ABV, they won't be required to state it on the label. ABV stands for alcohol by volume and indicates what percentage of a beverage's total volume is pure alcohol. Several fruit juice drinks have all been demonstrated to contain some alcohol. And not only that, but companies can even go as far as to advertise particular drinks as alcohol-free despite containing alcohol as long as they keep in range. Most alcohol-free beverages contain alcohol, for instance, albeit in tiny amounts. However, there's a legitimate reason that this occurs, and it's not just some crazy corporation out to increase sales by sneakily trying to get their customers drunk. It comes down to the fermentation process. Naturally, the fruits used in the fruit juices, for example, contain wild yeast on their skin, which interacts with the sugar inside the fruit during the harvest process when treated with heat. And hidden alcohol content doesn't just stop at beverages either. Burger buns are probably the food with the highest level of alcohol, surprisingly enough. This is because of the fermentation process when the yeast and sugar mix in the dough. By and large, where yeast is used during manufacturing for food or drink, there'll be marginal levels of alcohol accompanying. And here are some other examples of common foods containing alcohol. Anyway, let's get to what you're all wondering. Is the alcohol content in fruit juices or alcohol-free beverages enough to get you drunk? I mean, in theory, if it's present and you have enough, it should, right? Well, let's discuss what causes us to get drunk and classify what drunk is first. The main ingredient responsible for getting you drunk is ethanol. It's a clear liquid produced during fermentation as yeast breaks down sugar. Ethanol is just one type of alcohol, but it is the only one manufactured for human consumption. When you swallow a drink containing ethanol, about 3/4 of it is mostly eliminated by your small bowel. The remaining quarter is absorbed from the stomach to the bloodstream. How quickly this rate of absorption happens depends on several factors, and is a determinant of how drunk someone will get in addition to their weight status, sex, and whether they are taking certain medications or not. These are all reasons why some people get drunk easier than others. Once ethanol has landed in your bloodstream then, it'll stay there until the body removes it. The liver deals with 90% of this. The rest is eliminated in your urine, breath, and sweat. But while it stays there, it'll impact what's known as your BAC. BAC stands for blood alcohol content. It is a measure of alcohol in the blood as a percentage, and is how the level of drunkenness in people is examined physiologically. It is calculated in grams per 100 ml of blood. As you can see in our table here, drunk is classified as when someone reaches a BAC of 0.11 to 0.15%. For the average man, a pint of lager, which contains about 20 grams of pure alcohol, will raise the BAC by about 0.02% per hour. In saying that, you may conclude that this would mean that 6 pints would get you there by bringing your BAC to a total of 0.12%. But going back to earlier, keep in mind that while you're drinking these pints, Your body is reducing your BAC at the same time by eliminating alcohol from your system. This happens at a rate of 0.015% BAC per hour. Therefore, while indeed you would become drunk by the classification we're using if you had 6 pints in an hour, you wouldn't reach the required BAC levels to get drunk if you spaced them out over a 12-hour day. Instead, you just switch between periods of the lesser stages of lightheadedness, buzzed, and legally impaired. So time is a factor that needs to be taken into consideration in addition to the amount of alcohol one drinks when it comes to becoming drunk. Therefore, while in theory it may seem that having 8 0.5% alcohol-free drinks would have the same influence as one 4% regular beer, it doesn't, because it'll take you so much longer to drink the former than the latter. A study in 2012 demonstrated this, indeed to a lesser degree, but still proving the point. In it, after 67 subjects went without alcohol for 5 days, they were given 1.5 litres, or in other words, 3 pints, containing 0.42% ABV to drink within an hour. The results showed that, by way of blood sample testing, alcohol was only detected in 20 of them, and the maximum BAC recorded was only 0.0056%. Going back to our BAC table to put that amount into context, you'll see that this is only about 1/7 the amount needed just to get lightheaded. As such, suppose alcohol-free drinks containing alcohol won't get you drunk. On the other hand, let's now use orange juice as an example to give us an idea of whether fruit juices could. Sticking with our pint units of measurement to keep things as simple as possible, it's been suggested that a pint of orange juice has about 0.36 grams of pure alcohol. Juxtapose this with a pint of lager having 20 grams of pure alcohol, which is about 56 times as much. It means that as opposed to having 6 pints of lager to reach drunk levels of BAC, you'd need to have 56 times that number, or 336 pints of orange juice to reach the equivalent. And again, the time that you are doing this must also be taken into consideration. This number assumes you can drink that in only an hour. The more you go past that mark, the more and more pints of orange juice you'll need, again due to your body simultaneously reducing your BAC level while you're increasing it. So ultimately, you don't have to worry about the alcohol levels of non-alcoholic drinks or fruit juices. Have you anything to add that's worth of interest? We'd love to hear from you in the comment section down below. Additionally, if you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. So, that has been our video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.